Well, hello there. Good morning. You are on the lifeboat. This is Captain Calhoun speaking. How is everyone? Good morning. It's Friday. I got my coffee, trying to wake up. I had a hard time getting up this morning. But I'm here. Here we are. Lacey Silver. What's going on? Blessed to Crochet, Sandy Wendy, Cheryl Niles, the seventh son. Always a pleasure. Shannon Smith, Debbie P, Rick Smith. What's going on? Good morning, all. Nicola E, Milvin Thomas. I don't know if I've ever said hello to you. Welcome in. The name is Milvin. Janet G, what's going on? I live for now. Jeremy Fowler. What's going on, brother? Caddy Connie. Jeremy Fowler. Roberta. Oh, wow, you guys were here for a while. Look at this. I can scroll up forever. Pajama Pixie, good to see you. How does this message find you? Hopefully well. Hopefully very, very well. Suzanne, hello there. Howdy how. Miradira, Brazy girl. What's going on down here? I think now that I've got the kitchen and the living room and everything in order, I think I'm going to reorganize the details of my life. Like what's going on under my feet with the cords. Maybe I can make that better. I don't know. Today's going to be fun, though. It's Friday. My suture came out last night, so pretty stoked about that. And before you ask, I did take it out myself. I can't remember what was going on. I think I took a bite of a taco, and then it was dangling. So one side of it had come out. So I went in the bathroom and snipped it and pulled it out. And I am so excited that thing is not in my mouth anymore. It was so annoying. Thank you, Melvin. I appreciate it. This was a gift. From a crew member who has impeccable taste, I have to say, right? Pretty sweet hat. Tara smiling. Heck yeah. Good morning. It's me, baby. You got a notification, Shannon Smith? That's good. I get notifications most of the time on my phone because my phone's logged in as Spanx Calhoun, not as the lifeboat. But sometimes it doesn't happen until halfway through the show. I wonder why that is. Jane Aldrich, what's going on? Yeah, guys, hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a difference for us. Catch the Admiral this evening at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, and Carol at Needing a Meeting at 1:40 p.m. Also, I'm going to double check my times here. I am never as prepared as I could be, but we only can do our best. 11:30 a.m. We will have Blessed to Crochet today, Pacific time. So please come through, support the Ripples. They all have their own unique perspectives and very valuable insight. And we're kind of a big family here. So yeah, go show them some support. They rock. Don't take my word for it. Go check it out. I'm sure you'll find something you dig. So that being said, I want to cultivate some multi-parter shows. I know that sometimes we'll talk about that in the aspect of if I can't get through a topic, I want to deliberately choose a topic that's going to be a multi-parter. You know what I mean? I'd like to start some series. I'd like to move into. I'd like to get another interview in here. And maybe we'll do story time tomorrow. I don't know if Friday or Saturday. I'm going to have to decide what days to do things. So stay tuned for that. We're going to start doing these regular deviations from the scheduled programming. And I'm really excited about it. I am quite excited about it. I also think we should do like a spiritual series or maybe just a couple more shows on some spiritual stuff, because we graze over the spiritual toolkit and all of this work that we're doing inside of like processing our trauma and moving forward, and trying to let the past be in the past kind of thing. That's all spiritual work, right? And whether we call it that or not, whether we graze over that fact, it is. So I think that having a spiritual foundation, and I'm not talking about religion, this could be whatever it is to each individual. This is very personal. But without a foundation, how are we supposed to talk about that kind of thing? How are we supposed to bust out the spiritual toolkit if we don't have a spiritual foundation? I'm not pushing religion on people. I'm not pushing beliefs on people, but I am going to encourage people to question their beliefs, right? Like, where did this thinking get me? How can I make it easier for me to move forward, kind of thing. We were talking in the meeting last night, and I should have written this down because now it's gone. Tommy Stiggs in the house. What's going on? Got my coffee. Happy to be here, brother. Good to see you. I hope this message finds you well, Tommy. I never get enough coffee on stream. I'm just flapping my gums way too much. I can relate with that, Scooby Lee. I've gotten rid of many cars, actually, for not being able to take care of them, I have to say. My last one, I don't know if you guys ever got to see what the heck did I have? An Oldsmobile Toronado in 1982. I sold that thing because it was just, I wasn't able to work on it the way it deserved to be worked on. It was a sweet, sweet rig, I have to say. The Boatmobile, for real. And the bucket seats, the leather, the 1982 electric, windows and whatnot. It was really cool. It was with the wood grain dash. Oh my gosh, I missed that car. But it was not feasible. It was falling apart on me. It was very old. And I wasn't healthy mentally or physically or emotionally enough to apply myself to fix it. If I had it now, I would be working on it daily because I'm healthy, because my brain's in the right place. I also think if I can get brave, I'd like to talk about mental health at some point. Mental health scares me because I don't really know where my mental health's at, to be honest. And it's a scary thought, right? How we perceive the world, how our brains work. Way above my pay grade, baby. I tell you what, it's a little scary. Kristen Melinda, what's going on? What is going on? Body Illusion. Melvin Thomas used to do lines of cocaine with my morning coffee. I'm glad those days are in the past. Good Lord, Melvin. I used to do a little Jack Daniels in my coffee, and I have to say I probably have done this too. I just can't remember because I burned holes in my brain, They are, those memories are not coming forth. When I was working construction, when I was when I was roofing and doing solar and doing real tough, hard work, I was drinking with my coffee. Can you imagine that? It's freaking dangerous. I'm lucky to be here. My brain is a little scattered today. But yeah, I want to cultivate some series. I would like to get another interview going, like I said. And I don't know. I'm sure Tara wants to come in for another interview, right? Because it was so much fun. But I feel like that is me being lazy. Not that it wouldn't be a great interview, but I think we should spread the love around. I want to get Jake in here. I keep not having the opportunity to talk to him. I'm busy. He's busy. I think Jake got himself a girlfriend or something. I don't really know, though. I'm not sure. I'm not certain. I can't say for certain. But it certainly seems that way. It certainly seems that way. And if that is the case, good for him. Good for him. He deserves it. I feel like I'd be, I don't want to. I mean, I guess it's not even like that. I could interview anybody, right? Anyways, Danielle McCoy, good to see ya. Guys, got any fun weekend plans? Anything you're dreading? Anything that you really don't want to deal with this weekend, but are going to have to? Nicole Jonker, what's going on? The Scoobaroo. I love that name. I would get a Subaru hatchback. I feel like that would be nice to camp in. But yeah, and also this brings me to a good question I have for the crew. Are there topics that y'all would like covered that have not been covered, or topics that have been covered but not covered? Like, is there anything that y'all want us to talk about? Basically, is my question. Is there anything like a burning desire, right? Something you really, really are curious about, but we haven't had a chance to get to, or maybe we got to it, but we didn't do it enough. We didn't go deep enough or something like that. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, because then, yeah, I think that'll be good. Moving furniture, Safaro. I am a professional furniture mover. I tell you what, I have moved so much darn furniture in my day. Found out Wednesday, WP says, that I need surgery on my back instead of a non-invasive procedure. My pain doctor knew on April 27th and lied. He lied again. So depressed. Get rid of that guy. He sounds like like not the kind of person you want on your team, I was going to say something else, but factually, probably not the kind of person you want on your team, right? I'm so sorry that that happened, WP. Screw that guy. I don't like him or her. Whoever that liar is, I'm not a fan. And you don't have to put up with that crap. I would have liked to do some barbecue judging this weekend, but I am not. Is there a barbecue festival or something going on in Ireland, Lacey? If the answer is yes, what you need to do is just let me know what the dates for that thing are, and then next year I'm going to come out there and we can have barbecue. 1 year anniversary of my car accident. Oh, I'm so sorry. I live for now. Still fresh. I'm so sorry to hear that. The cool thing is their spirit is no longer trapped in this meat bag. I wonder what they're doing. Maybe they're building time machines in another dimension or something. Doing something completely beyond our comprehension that's pretty amazing, right? Getting myself ready to fly to Chicago next week, says Shelly Kelly. Good to see you, Shelly. My dad has some health issues, and I am a bit anxious about it. I would be. I can relate with this wholeheartedly. I'm super excited for my dad to come home. I can't wait to squeeze his big old, he's squeezable, I'm just going to give him a big old hug, and I can't wait. I've missed him. Yeah, do you want to co-host, Tara? I just read that. We'll have to come up with a great topic that we're both passionate about, and we can. I think that would be fun. That would be super duper fun. You are fun to have on, so let's get some prayers and good vibes for Debbie P. Let's get some ones up there. Keep her in your heart and your thoughts. All right. Well, Nicola, maybe we should get together outside of the boat and talk. Maybe we should chat about it. The Tug Hut. What's the Tug Hut? It sounds like a massage with a happy ending. That was the first thing that came to mind. Pardon me. I'm sure that's not what you're talking about. Good morning. Are you the real McCoy, Danielle? I ran out of nicotine today. I don't know if it's right here. When I first got my check, I went to the smoke shop and got one of those like nicotine vials or whatever for I don't know if I even have it out here, for like my big stupid smoky mod. It's not smoky, it's a vape, but I haven't replaced the atomizer in a very, very long time. And it's like usually when the atomizers wear out, you can like taste it. It tastes kind of funky. I like pushed past that and now it tastes like nothing when I hit it. But it occurred to me that like I went and bought one of these a couple days later. Maybe it was the same day. I don't know. But I hit it and like got like a head rush. Like I hadn't been taking nicotine in and all of a sudden I was. It was very, very strange. So then I thought, I wonder if that atomizer is so old and gunky that it's not even vaporizing the nicotine juice. Maybe it's vaporizing metal and mesh and crap that I don't want to have in my lungs. So I stopped hitting it, and the vape place is so friggin' far away. I have not been able to get a new atomizer, but dude, that bottle's going to last me a whole lifetime. It's probably going to last me the next 6 months. It's huge. So I feel like I really just need to go get an atomizer because these things are like $15 and I'll go through them in like a week. And I don't know, I just need to quit, but we're doing one thing at a time here. One thing at a time. No spitting on the keyboard. I am a professional spiller of coffee on valuable things, though, I have to say. That's one of my go-to moves. All over myself, the keyboard. Hopefully it's cooled down before I just pour it all over my crotch. You guys remember that one time? But yeah, I have considered nicotine gum. Insurance pays for it, but does my insurance pay for it? That's the question. Sierra Terry, what's going on? Tampa B man. Tampa B man. OG in the house. Have a great day, Lacey. I don't know if you're still here or not. Just scrolling and reading what you guys are saying, because I like to read what you guys are saying. Barbecue on the bow, a huge smoking comp, tasty food. Oh my. That sounds like a dream come true for me. I'm huge into barbecue. I love food, although it would have to be really, really good barbecue right now because chewing is not very exciting for me right now. Want to come move my fridge? Had to buy a new one because in a couple weeks, no vape gear allowed to be imported. Apologies if vape reference is not appropriate. No, do your thing. We were actually just talking about nicotine. I don't know where you're located, but if you're near me, I am a available to move fridge. I don't know what the best way to say it is, but I kind of get off on service work. It really makes me feel good, helping people, doing things that are not for me. And, a little physical labor is not something I get a whole lot of these days. So sometimes I find myself missing it. Do you imagine that? I want to touch on something. We talked about the taboos a little bit yesterday. And I mean, there's probably more taboos, right? But we talked about weed and hallucinogens last night. I want to touch on something. Something else that I find weed to be very, very, very beneficial for is hard manual labor. Like if you're working like when I was building houses in the mountains, when I was a house builder, right? Carpenter, whatever, when I was doing roof installations and tear offs, when I was doing solar installations, and I'm constantly just doing hard physical work. weed was a godsend for sure. It would take away all those little aches and pains, right? So I think that this thing has its place as a medicine for certain things, right? But when we're talking about recovery, it's very, very important that we paint the whole picture for ourselves before we take action. All right. That's all I wanted to say real quick. I think that it would be a mistake to not mention that benefit, particularly with manual labor. Like being out in the sun, like, I don't know, there's a ton of jobs that fit that description. But when I was a roofer and a builder, we would smoke pretty frequently. As far as Wally asks, have you given up the trades altogether? As far as like, I'm not actively practicing, but I have so much experience under my belt. It would be a shame not to use it for something, you know? So I don't know, Wally. I don't want to be done with the trades. I do not want it to be my main thing. I have lost appendages. I have fallen off of the roof many times. I mean, one day I'm going to become a human pancake. You know, one day I'm just going to lose my life on the job. So I don't want that. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that kind of aspect. So I probably will employ the trades creatively, personally, or for my family. But probably never again professionally. Maybe if I'm like really excited about a gig, or like, I don't even know if I would do it for a pile of money. I don't even know if money is enough to get me back in there. It would have to set my soul on fire. It would have to make me really, really happy, I think. Finally made an appointment with a trauma PTSD psychologist. I actually did it. Tampa B, man. I have to say that like initial getting off the jump, right? Getting off square one onto square two is often my hardest part as well. It's like I struggle to make the decision. I get lost in the what ifs and this and that, and just do it, right? Proud of you. Good job, Tampa. Hell yeah. Izzy E, what's going on? Nicola E says, could you get a bit of land and use your skills to build your own place to your own design? Absolutely. As far as that goes, though, I am not nearly skilled enough to build the whole house. I would have to probably call my old partner. When I say partner, me and my buddy were partners on a lot of different gigs. But he started his own house building custom home company. And when I was building houses, I was working for him. But this was one of my best friends in the whole world. You know, I still consider him a partner in a lot of ways. In that job, I was not his partner. You know, I was he was my boss. But I would probably hit him up and be like, you want to help me out with this project? Because I don't have the knowledge to build the thing all by myself. But as far as like electrical, I could probably do the tile. I could do drywall. I could do a ton. I could do the roof. I would not do the roof though. I literally I would refuse to do the roof, but I can. But yeah, I think that would be a great design. Or even as far as like creative, like artsy stuff, like just for fun. One day I would like to like build an art project for Burning Man and take it out there and have them pay for it and then burn it to the ground. I think that would be hella cool. I remember one year we went out there and they had built like a castle out of wood, and then they didn't paint it or anything. They just left it like regular unfinished wood, right? But it was crazy. Like so there was a courtyard, was ground. There was like a courtyard and it was ground level. What's going on here? It's like a courtyard ground level. And then there's like an entrance, just like a big old arched gateway, but there were turrets, 4 of them on the corners that probably went up 3 stories. 2 stories up, there's like a parapet wall, like a castle wall that went around the whole thing. And in the center, in the courtyard, there was like a bluegrass band. They were like slapping wooden spoons and like twanging banjos, and like everybody was just hee-hawing, and it was so friggin' cool. And there was like a big old clock tower on one of the parapets, and there was just people everywhere, all over the structure, dancing, partying. That was the first time on this trip, we came upon this structure at Burning Man out in the darkness and the dust. I think it was either later that night or the next night. They burnt that sucker to the ground. It was a scheduled burn. We partied on it. Pardon me. We built it. We partied on it, and we burnt it to the ground. And when I say party, I mean that in a general sense. We were celebrating. We were reveling, right? It is no. I'm not saying we were getting messed up. I'm not saying that at all. I've been 3 times, Wally. The people around me have a much more colored resume. Tampa B-Man has decided to do harm reduction with her YouTube addiction, keeping it simple. I think I'm going to have to do the same thing. I woke up this morning and I was not really feeling it. And usually my routine is I get the coffee going, if I need some ibuprofen and, some calories to get that going. And then I sit down and I enjoy my caffeine and journal while I'm, getting my brain together. It wasn't working very well. So sat down here to kind of log in and get the stream going and whatnot. And as soon as YouTube came up, I just drowned in a rabbit hole. Just started reading stuff and like moving my mouse and like without even realizing it, I'm just locked into all this YouTube smut, Wally says harm reduction is not ideal, but it's realistic. I like that statement a lot. I mean, ideally, we would all just stop doing the things that are killing us, right? I feel like a lot of times it's not that simple, which is crazy to say and think and like realize like you would think those kind of things would be simple, like do what's good for me, not what's bad for me. But the world is all topsy-turvy and we got to keep each other straight sometimes. I did not do the orgy tents. As far as like group play, I guess I'm not super duper into that. I have definitely had my experiences, and also, I mean, I guess the main thing here is I've never had a partner at Burning Man. In order to go to the orgy tent, you have to have a partner. They don't just let random people go in there. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And from what I understand, there's one camp that does it every year. And I know that it's not the same every year, right? It's always different and stuff. But the years that I've went, and again, this isn't something that I'm super into, right? But the last time we went, we camped right behind the orgy tent. And never done that. Not super into it. I'm going to scroll up to Beta and see what they said, because Tara likes the idea. What kind of different weird defense mechanism do we tend to go only not to have to face the real problem or confront ourselves or be accountable? I'm going to have to read that a few times, I think. Rick Spicer, what's going on? Tell us, man, how are you? Need the boat today. Me too, brother. Me too. Lost Mitten says, "Hell no." That's how I feel about it too. I really do. Like touche and good for everyone that's into it. It's not my thing. I'm really into a deep personal connection, and that's not what I'm gonna get in the orgy tent. Kristen Melinda, I love that quote. Everything that kills me makes me feel alive. One Republic knows what they're talking about. Totally. Wally, there is some wild stuff that goes on at Burning Man. I could tell you some stories that would would blow your mind. I want to get my buddy on here to tell a story, but I don't think it's right for the boat. But my buddy has this story that I'm not going to tell, but it's frightening. Sidetracked searching for a cigarette. Unfortunately, I live in not just Australia, but in far north Queensland. But I did chase a few snakes out trying to clear a place for the fridge to live. It's tropical, so hot and muggy, juice, sad. Aw. Well, I wish I could help you, but I'm there in spirit. I'm there in spirit. Sidetracked. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for becoming a part of the crew, dude. Bet you it's beautiful down there. Beautiful. Season 4 to the boys is the 27th of this month. Let's go. Yo, June is a big month. Shadow of the Erd Tree, the DLC for Elden Ring's coming out. I'm going to the Salt Lake for the regional burn. The boys is coming out. I feel like I don't know if it's August or there's a bunch of stuff happening though right about now. I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty friggin' stoked. I got to catch up. I didn't finish season 3 and I can't remember if I got through season 2 or not. So no spoilers. I'm not there yet, but I wonder how deep I am. I feel like I'm smack dab in the middle of it. I feel like I'm like, yeah. The first time I ever went to one of these events, it was the regional burn that I'm going to here in just a little bit. And the first thing we did when I got there, I was such a noob. I had no idea what was going on, but I understood like the concept. The first we arrived, and then I was a part of the fire tribe, so it was decided that we were going to rake out this area for our stage. So I immediately got naked and started raking this whole area up. Although I should say I think I wrapped something around my loins, but maybe I didn't. Who knows? I will, Roberta, I promise. What Spanx found interesting and just go on random times when you and someone else tell interesting stories. I do like that as well, Nicole. I think, to me, I feel it's important to balance the fun with the serious because our mission is very serious, and I think that we have to have some fun, you know. But I think it's important to me to balance them out. So I'm always thinking about that. Like, have we dove deep enough this week, right? Have I earned story time kind of thing? I probably shouldn't think about it like that. That's probably not healthy, but naked raking. I'm telling you, my friends were embarrassed. I was full of smiles. Better late than never, Lisa. What is going on? Welcome in. I'm also seeing Aaron Cooper. Yeah, the next season of Fallout. I'm definitely waiting for that. I bet you it's going to be a while. The mustache is the real flavor saver. I'm not really excited about it. I find that hard to believe. There's a big thing, big tradition in Burning Man called leave no trace, which basically means you can't leave any trace of you being there. I think it would be really hard to sacrifice. I mean, human sacrifice, I find that to be very slanderous and rumorous, but whatever you think. Maybe go check it out instead of speculating crazy stuff, right? It's quite the accusation. Russ Allen, good morning, sir. How are you? Hope work's going well for you. Hope this message finds you well. Hell yeah. I love Burning Man. It is such a cool, like, just wonderful environment. It's such a mind-blowing experience, isn't it, Melvin? It is so beautiful. I wasn't entirely sure how I would react or like how I would actually find it. I am going to tell a story though. I'm totally going to tell a Burning Man story. And then I'm going to get out of here and make some breakfast. So I think it was my first time ever I was going with the fire tribe, and my buddy Mike had gotten there either a day or 2 days before I did, and I think I arrived Wednesday, not like at sunrise or Thursday at sunrise. I can't remember. Something like that. But I think either a night or two or a day or two prior, Mike and the crew had all dropped acid and went on in an adventure. And Mike and I were riding our bikes around a couple days after this adventure he had, right after I had gotten there, and he was telling me about his adventure while we were riding around. And there was this house out in deep playa, just out in the dust and in the nothingness. There was this house, and this house was like elevated off the ground. I want to say like 2 flights of stairs, like one and then one switchback, to the first floor of this house. And the staircases that led up to it, there was 2 of them, were chicken legs, but they were also stairs. And the house was like a chicken house. It had the chicken legs that were the stairs to get in, but it also had like all these features on it that made it look like a chicken. And we seen it when we were riding our bikes, and he told me the story about the previous night that they had gone in there. He said that him and the tribe, where they were all tripping, and they went in there, and there was like some kind of ritual being practiced. Like there was some guy in there like mixing potions, like some mad scientist. And Mike said he was in there just like, man, just like cackling and like mixing potions. And he like took someone out of the audience and put him in a cage and was mixing potions and just being all kinds of crazy. And Mike said it was too much for him and he had to leave. So I was like, let's go check it out, dude. Let's go see what's going on in there now, you know? And he hesitated, but he came around. He said, okay. So we go to this chicken house, and in my mind, I'm like, what the heck? Is there going to be like someone in a cage in here or something? Like, is there some sort of mad scientist in here mixing potions going to like get me or something? So we go in to the chicken house, and we were met by the complete opposite of what he said. We were met by one of the most beautiful scenes of all time. There was the inside of this hut it was like what I would imagine like an earthy, like ancient medicine woman's like hut to look like on the inside. Like there was like branches and like kind of beautiful like carvings and shelves with stuff on them. And there was like a bed of like foliage, and there was like a stained glass window, just beautiful stained glass with like the sunbeams coming through it. And the sunbeams were hitting this couple that was just cuddling with these big grins on, just like living their best lives, just laying down, soaking up the sunshine coming through the stained glass window. We were met by the most beautiful scene, like the exact opposite of mixing potions, kidnapping people, putting them in cages. It was crazy. It was crazy. And it was kind of like I was expecting to see some wild stuff. And then we went in there, and I felt like all of a sudden I felt like I was intruding upon this couple's like beautiful moment. Like that's how beautiful it was. It like brought tears to my eyes. I was like, dude, this is not what you described to me. I thought that was a pretty cool story. That's the end of the story. Yeah, total Baba Yaga. Absolutely. And I bet you there was some wild thing going on in there the night before. But also, my friend's brain was addled, so he probably perceived it in a unique way as well. Yeah, please hit that like button, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a big difference. Catch the Admiral tonight at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Catch Blessed to Crochet here in just a little bit, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. And Carol at Needing a Meeting every weekday, 1:40 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to start putting my Ripples channel link probably in the description of their videos, so that if someone's watching the Ripples on the lifeboat, it's very, very easy for them to find the channel of the person that they're watching. I had that idea yesterday. I don't know why it took me this long, but I think that's a good quality of life change. So I'm getting a little sore in the mouth. These veggies are probably melting, but I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Much love. We are blessed. Yeah, and thank you all for your support. This has been a really cool conversation. To all my new friends, Wally, Milvin, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for chatting with me. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, much love. Lost Mittens, much love to everyone out there, the whole crew. You guys make this thing do what it do. You guys make this thing do what it does, and I appreciate that. Yeah, take care and be well. We'll see you soon, all right?